Hello everyone, I've got my second vintage box from Your Creative Studio that I want to share with you today. Now this has taken a long time to reach me in the UK. The boxes are dispatched from Canada and because of COVID-19 the postal system is just been absolutely terrible. So this is the May box and this one is now sold out. That's nothing unusual. These boxes do tend to sell out a couple of months in advance because they're so popular, but I think this gives you a good indication as to the types of treasures that are included within these lovely boxes. So we've got a treasure theme going on here. This is the business card, Your Creative Studio, and a little personal note to me. And then we've got a sticker on the inside here, treasure map, look for treasure underneath the tissue wrapping paper. As I've said, I've already taken a sneak peek, but I have put everything back exactly as I found it. So first of all, we've got a sheet of stickers, we've got feathers, we've got scrolls, we've got wax seals, really fun. I like the neutral tones of that. We've got some sticky notes in the style of old paper, and the packaging is just absolutely beautiful. Just look at that. And so this is old burnt paper. So we've got the makings of a scroll already there. We've got this gorgeous charm in this glassine bag. So let me just remove this. I think the bag's really cute as well. So we've got a brass scroll charm. I think that's lovely. We've got some black and white washi tape and this is really fun. Let me show you this. So again, the packaging is really sweet, but this is really useful because this is the months of the year and I really like how small that is as well. Just absolutely great for journaling. So let me just pop that back on the reel. There we go, that will do. We've got a to-do list, a little notebook with 30 sheets in it, and the quality of the paper inside this is just absolutely lovely. It's perforated again, which seems to be a standard item that comes in all of the boxes, and you know, I just really like that they're perforated so that you only need to use half of it if you want to. But I just think these are great elements to use in collage. We've also got some post-it notes here as well. Again, packaging is absolutely delightful. So we've got a guitar theme going on with that one there. We've got some more masking tape. Let's have a look and see what's inside this one. So there we go. That's the design of this particular masking tape. We've got a stamp which did come in a box. I've already taken it out of the box because I must admit I find these impossible to get into. And this says 2 and 4. These are beautiful quality stamps. Love that. We've got some wax seals, a box of wax seals here, and these come in lots of different colorways and designs. So let me just show you these if I can get them out of the package. So we've got various neutral tones, reds, golds, silvers, and you can see that they're all different designs as well. So these are just wax seal stickers. So let me just show you, really easy to unpeel. Of course, I'm not going to be able to do it now, am I? But trust me, they are stickers. Here we go. So those are really fun, aren't they? Just to put in Happy Mail, etc. We've got a lovely stamp set, and I really like how this is displayed in this sealable pouch. So we've got the feather, we've got a couple of scrolls, 3 scrolls, an egg timer, and a wax seal. I think that's really nice. We've got some beautiful scrapbooking papers. I really like these designs. So let me just show you these. Whoops, I've got them upside down. Travail Conduit, love that one there, that's just lovely. Isn't that one gorgeous? So we have got 5 sheets of this beautiful vintage paper, just love that. And then it says treasure underneath the tissue wrapping paper. So let's have a look and see what is underneath. This is absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited about trying this. We've got a feather pen, a quill. I just think this is lovely, and it just feels such nice quality as well. So this is a fountain pen nib, and I just really like that, and I think this is going to write absolutely beautifully because it's really nice and smooth. So those are the contents of this gorgeous box. box. Now I've popped everything back inside the box and tried to display it so that you can see all of the wonderful items and how beautifully coordinated everything is. You can just tell that an awful lot of time and thought has gone into putting a cohesive product together. It's just absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Amanda, for giving me the wonderful opportunity to share these. It's just beautiful. So let's have a play around and see what we can create. I'm going to pull out some of the papers to create myself a collage background. I'll just put the box over there. I'm going to use this one here and these two, I think. So I'm pulling those two out. So we'll put everything else to one side. Now I know that I want to use this part of this piece of paper here. I'm just going to cut myself some smaller pieces like this. There we go. So we've got that one there. I think I quite like this piece down here as well, and I'm going to cut a couple of pieces as well from these two pieces here, and as soon as I've done that I'll be back. These are the snippets that I've decided to use, and you can see where I've trimmed them from if anybody's interested as well. I've also pulled out some ledger paper. Now I've got this one here, which is the original ledger paper, and this one here that I've applied wax to, so it gives it a see-through vellum feel. So I'm not sure which one of those I might like to use. And for my substrate, I'm going to be working on a piece of picture framing mount board. You've seen and liked me using this a lot recently, so that's what it looks like. And it's picture framing mount board samples. I got them in a stack like this from the scrap store, but go to your local picture framers and see if they have any old ones that they'd be prepared to sell you for a small fee, or even perhaps give you. Also, that the other alternative is picture framing mount board scraps. Of course, once they've cut the frame, the middle section of the frame is left behind, and quite often they're too small for them to be able to use, and they're usually quite happy to give you a few of these as well. They're nice and sturdy, and these are absolutely perfect for collage, and I just love the beveled edge as well. So there you go, a couple of ideas for you. Now what I'm going to do is just create myself a background, and I will admit that I have had a play with this beforehand as well, because I didn't want to take forever trying to decide where I wanted things to go. So I've got a rough idea as placement and how I want things to look. So I'm just going to fiddle around with these, and what I'm trying to do is create balance. So I've got this one here in the top left hand corner and bottom right hand corner, and I'm trying to do 2 and 3 in some cases of each as well, which again would just make everything flow really nicely. So I could maybe have this one here in this orientation, and again I'm trying to vary the orientation of these pieces as well. Now I can't decide whether I want to have the vellum or the normal one. I think I do want vellum, because I'd quite like that to go in the centre there like that. Now that works for me, and so what I'm going to do now is take a photograph. Is this in camera shot? Just about. Let me just move that up a bit. So I'm going to take a photograph of this now and just glue it down with a regular glue stick. Everything is glued down, and as I say, I just used a regular glue stick, but I've made sure that everything is burnished down really well. And of course I've got a bit of overhang, so I'm just going to trim it away. That's all neatly trimmed, and I used an emery board as well just to go around the edges. These have got rounded corners as well, so I wanted to keep that because I think it looks nice. I'm going to pop that to one side, because what I would like to do is create my focal image, and I'd like to use the stamp set. So I'm going to use this piece of paper here, and I want to scroll, but I can't decide whether I want this one or this one, so I think I'm going to stamp them both. So let's just peel these off. Oh, these are nice and thick as well, like the quality of those. Bring the stamping platform in. Let me just take off my magnets for a second. Place that down like that. And where did I want it to go? So I wanted one here, didn't I? Like that. And then the other one there. So let's just stick those down. And then I can't decide whether I want to do this in embossing powder or just regular black ink. Let me just go and have a think. I think it might stand out better if I use embossing powder. So I'm just going to use my Stamp Buddy here. This isn't a Stamp Buddy. This is just one of these things for getting grease marks off a gentleman's tie. I've pinched it from my husband. So I've got my embossing stamp pad here, and I'm just going to apply plenty of ink to both of these, and I'm going to apply it a couple of times just to make sure that I've got a nice thick layer. Of course, I won't be able to see anything because it's clear, but just so that you can see what I'm doing, let me just move that over here to make sure that it holds it in place and it doesn't move. So as I say, I'll just go over this a couple of times. And then I've got a scratch piece of paper. I hope that hasn't moved. Let's just pop that out of the way for a second. I can clean the stamps off later. So I've got some black embossing powder here. This is Paper Mania, any brand, it doesn't really matter. And I've got a scratch piece of paper as well, just to catch the excess. So let's just see if I can see where I popped the images. Oh, you see, I really like that. That's come out nice and clear. So I'm just going to heat set this and let the embossing powder do its magic. So I'm just going to use my small nail scissors here and just fussy cut both of these, and then I'll be able to see which one I like the best. Fussy cut my images, and I can't decide which one of these I like best. So I think what I'm going to do is add some more embellishments to my background, and then I shall decide afterwards. So I've brought back my mount board. Let's see if we can hold this down. In fact, what I might do is use some of this washi tape. Let's just fold this over because this is so thick. Maybe I can hold it down like that instead, because I don't think the stamps are going to reach because this is so thick. Will that hold it in place? Yeah, that's absolutely fine. There we go. Improvise. Oh, my magnets have sprung together. Right, I want to use this feather, and I want the feather to go in the left-hand corner there. So let me just make sure that I get that in the right position. I like it there, like that. And again, what have I done with my embossing stamp pad? I've put it away. I'm just trying to clear up after myself. So again, I'm going to use embossing powder for this, and I'm going to use Pirate Gold this time. So as before, I'm going to stamp this 2 or 3 times. I think I stamped the scrolls 3 times in the end. There we go. So we can peel that up now. Let's just move this out of the way and bring back that scratch paper. And I've got some Pirate Gold, which I thought would be quite nice. Let's just give that a shake, put my embossing pad away. This is a stamping, is it Stampin' Up? Stampin' and Stuff. There we go. So let's apply the gold. I forgot to use my embossing buddy, but hey ho. There we go. That's again stamped really, really well. So I'm just going to heat that with my heat tool. So that's stamped really nicely, and I like the texture of the quill as well. I want to use one of these stickers now, and I'm thinking that I can have that here somewhere. Like that, why not? What else? We can have maybe another feather. What else could we have? Yeah, let's have a black feather. I quite like the idea of having the egg timer in the top right hand corner. I still haven't decided which of these I want to use. What else could I have on there? I feel as if I want something in the top. Perhaps we could use another feather. Here we go. We'll have another black one because I think that will balance things nicely. So maybe have that there like that. This is coming together now, and I think I'm going to emboss the egg timer. Oh, let's go for it. No rhyme or reason. Mind. I'm just going to have the wax seal. I think would would be nice up there perhaps. I think I want another gold coloured feather as well, so we'll peel another sticker off. How do I want that to go? Like that, I think, and that's looking more balanced. Which one, guys? Scream at me down the video, please. So let's finish this off. Now, I don't like that directly on this card, and so what I want to do is mount it onto a piece of cardstock, but I want to distress it first. I'm going to use my small paper rounder, corner rounder. I always turn mine over because otherwise they just have a tendency to go skew-if. I don't know why, they just do. Let me just move that out of the way. And now what I'm going to do, I'll do this over my bin, but I'm just showing you how I'm doing it. I'm going to distress my edges all the way around, including the corners, but as I say, this is a bit messy, so I'm going to do it over my bin. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I've just brought you down a bit closer as well. I'm going to use some of my Distress ink in frayed burlap and one of these blending brushes, and I'm just going to distress it because it's too clean and too cream. This is just recycled cardstock that I'm using here, that I picked up from the scrap store, so it's already a cream colour, but I just want to distress it even more. We'll go maybe this way round as well. I want more in the corners, perhaps a bit more in the middle. There we are. That will do nicely. And then how does that look? Do I like it any better? Whoops, I've just creased it. And you see, I like that a whole lot better. Before I glue that down, I want to go around the edges with some frayed burlap as well, which will help frame it and pull the eye to the centre. So we'll just go all the way around. I might even use some of my espresso as well. I think I'm going to do as well is just go over the edge here as well, just to age this slightly a bit more. That's better. See, I like that as well. I only need to do the edges because of course it will be covered up by my scroll. Yep, I like that that more. I want to use some of my Memento ink in Espresso Truffle as well, just to darken it even further because this is really old and vintagey. Yes, I like that a lot. So I'm just going to glue this on with a regular glue stick, making sure, as usual, that I've got plenty to the edges. I'm just using a piece of deli paper. Parchment paper would work just as well to catch that glue. Here we are. And then let's move that out of the way for a second so that everything doesn't all stick. And I'm just going to stick that on. Where's my... In fact, I'll just use a tissue, I think, because I don't want to scratch the embossing off with my bone folder. And then I'm going to glue that on with Fabri-Tac 3-in-1, just because it's thicker because of the card stock. So we'll just apply a small amount of glue just around the edge and in the middle. And that will hold that in place really nicely. Oh, there goes Alex again, Mr. Foghorn with his hay fever. There we are. Okie dokie, now I've got a hole in the back and I do want to re-punch that because I've got an idea for that. I think I want to put a brad in it as well. To brad, I mean an eyelet. So we'll use this bronzy, brassy coloured one here. And these are the standard eyelets by We Are Memory Keepers, 0.5 centimetre. So that's what I'm using. So let me just set this carefully. So we'll give that a good good squeeze. There we go. That's fine. And then I've got a piece of burlap ribbon. Now I must admit I have taken quite a few of the threads off the side here just so that it will fit through the hole, and I'm going to use a piece of wire. This is just a piece of bent over wire which will help me get it through the hole, whereas I think it would have been a bit tight otherwise without it. There we go. And then we can feed that through. I'm just going to be really gentle about this because it is a little bit snug. So I'm just going to pull that gently. So there we go. So that's given that hole now a purpose. And then I want to use the charm. So let's take the charm out of this cute little packet. I just love that charm so much. Now, I've wanted to use one of the bulb pins, but I've only got them in silver and I don't think that will go. So what I've got is a safety pin, and this is a real vintage one as well. And it's one of the ones with the holes in the bottom. So I'm just going to thread a jump ring through that, so that I've got something to attach my little charm to. Let's just make sure, there we go, that that's in place, and then I can just hang that then from there like that, which I just think will look really, really cute. And just look at that, I love it, I love it. I want to make myself a little pocket so that I can pop this inside my junk journal. So it'll go in there, something like that. So I've allowed a little bit extra either side. And I think I've got enough of this paper here to use, which I thought would coordinate really well. So I'm just going to use my glue stick just to attach some glue all over this side of the paper here. This is just brown cardstock, craft cardstock or paper. I got this from TK Maxx. They've got packs of 100 for £3.99 if anybody in the UK is interested. Well, they did in mine anyway, and I might go back on Saturday and get some more. So let's just have that there like that. And in fact, what I shall do is just have it like this, because I know that I want it to go there, and then I can trim around the edges. Where's my bone folder gone? So I'm just going to trim around the edges of that. There we are, and I'm just going to take this to my sewing machine and just sew around the edges, and I just want to ink this up now as well. Again, I shall use frayed burlap as well as the espresso truffle, going all the way around the sides. I do want to add a tiny bit of the espresso truffle just to darken it just a little bit more, just on the very edges. There we go, like that. And let's see if it fits. So open it out, there we go, and pop it inside. Perfect fit, and it just goes absolutely beautifully. I'd like my tag to go in my usual scraps journal, and I think I want to have it on the inside cover like this, and I do want to stamp a feather about there. And I just want an ink splat in the top left hand corner. Now the only distress stain I've got, which is perfect for this, I've only got one, and it's in iced spruce, but I think I'm going to add it there. Plenty of scratch paper down, because it has a tendency to go absolutely everywhere. So keep your fingers crossed that I don't screw this up. I'm just going to go splat there like that. Bit bigger than I wanted it to be, but hey ho. I'm just going to stamp up my feather, just using some archival ink. Make sure we've got plenty of ink on there. So that's just the Ranger archival ink. And where do I want that to go? About there. So let's just hold that down whilst I put the lid back on my ink. Oh, what a shame it hasn't stamped all the way. Let's see if I can align it. I'm going to do this off camera though. I should have got my stamping platform, shouldn't I? Oh, how annoying. Oh well, let's see if we can line it up and go over it. Fingers crossed. See, we all make boo-boos. Let me just see if I can press that down really well. Oh gosh, no. I've obviously got a dent in my book. I'm going to get my stamping platform. So plan B, of course, my book won't fit in the stamping platform. And of course, the page is already glued to the back. So I've stamped out the image. I just want to distress it though, because this is too white. So I'm just going to go over it with some of the frayed burlap like this. And then I'm going to fussy cut it out and glue it over the boo-boo, and problem solved. See, there is always a way to sort it out. Oh, here we go, problem solved. I've left a border as well, just to make sure that it definitely covers it all up. What have I done with my deli paper? Never mind, we'll just use this piece of scratch paper. There we go, and stick it down, and then nobody will ever know. See, you know, there's always a way to fix things. Mistakes happen to all of us. There we go, really happy with that. And then I can just use some Fabri-Tac now to glue this on. Just show you my finished page, because then I want to have a go with the calligraphy pen. So of course it goes that way round. I'm really happy with that. That was such fun to play with. I love these papers, they're gorgeous. Those stamps are wonderful. Doesn't that charm just finish things off really nicely too? I can't finish the video without trying out this gorgeous quill. Let's have a try. Now this has got just a regular fountain tip nib on it. You could of course change it for a calligraphy nib if you wanted to. Now my handwriting is absolutely terrible, but let's just this is so smooth and nice to write with. Let's see how long the ink lasts for before you have to change it. Actually, a really long time. Oh my gosh. This holds an awful lot of ink, as you can see. So you can write with it. Really nice pen. Here we go, we're running out now, but I know exactly what I'm going to be using it for, so let me just move that out of the way. I've got myself a piece of watercolour paper here, and you can see that I've drawn myself a very basic cone flower. So I'm just going to go over this pencil drawing like this, loose and scribbly. Like this. We've got another one that I popped in there like that. Probably didn't even need to recharge the ink, but you'll see the magic start to happen in a second. So just very quick and basic, just because I'm aware that this video is going on for a long time. So let's just draw in the stem as well. There we go, that will do, like that. Right, let me just pop the lid back on the ink. I'm clumsy and I am going to end up knocking it over. Now I've got a paintbrush and just a pot of plain water. Now of course you can only do this if you're using water soluble ink, but just look at this magic happen. Just love that. And I know that I am going to be using this pen for drawing as opposed to writing. I just love it. I just think it's gorgeous. Look at that. I've had a whole stash of inks for about 2.5 years that I bought after I did a calligraphy course. There was a card shop that sold a few basic art supplies that closed down 2.5 years ago. It was Christmas time, and they were selling these little bottles of ink for, I think they were reduced to 87 pence, and they did them in all different colours, and I bought about a dozen of them because they were so cheap. And some of them I doubled up on the colours as well, because I had the intention of adding mica to some of them. Well, of course, now I've got a whole stash of mica thanks to my friend Debbie. So I think now that I've got this pen that it's time I actually did something with them. Just look at this, and that is exactly how I am going to be using my pen, because I really need to practice my writing. You can see that it's not that great. Just look at all those wonderful colours. It's just like the Elegant Writer pen, but just more beautiful to look at. So let's do that stem. I just think that's really fun. And can you see we've got purples, we've got greens that have come out of there. This ink is J. Herbin ink, which is a really, really good quality ink. And this is Pearl Noir. So there you go. That's just a taster of the fountain pen for you, the quill. Carried on, adding a few more doodles, a bit of asemic writing on the side, and complete with finger splodge as well. Look at the state of me. I am covered in ink. I've got it everywhere. That pen is absolutely lovely. I'll be playing with that a lot. Well, I hope you enjoyed the unboxing and also seeing how I use the items that were inside as well. I think this turned out absolutely beautifully, and I will definitely be back with more ideas for using this pen. Now, I'll leave the link to Your Creative Studio in the description box below for anybody who is interested. This box is sold out, and I know that the July box is sold out as well, which I think is testament to how popular these are. I've received 3 boxes now from Your Creative Studio. There's another review coming from me shortly. The July box arrived very, very shortly after this one, and I've opened it and recorded the unboxing, and the contents of that one are absolutely gorgeous as well. So, you know, 3 out of 3 get a big tick from me. That rhymes. So, as I say, you'll find all the details in the description box below. But if you enjoyed this video, as always, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. Do let me know what you think in the comments below, and take care, everyone. I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.